Assalamu alaikum students. In this video we are going to do question number 3 of exercise 2a. In this question basically we need to fill some boxes with greater than and less than symbol, right? So let me tell you first about these two symbols. Like this one is for greater than. It will be used when you will say that this particular number, the first number, is greater than the second one. So you are going to use the greater than symbol, right? And if you are using the next symbol, that is this one, so it is basically for less than. Less than means that if you want to say that the first number is less than, smaller than the next one, so you will use this particular symbol, right? So these are the two symbols. So in this question, we have given six different parts. In each of these parts, we need to tell that which number is greater than the other one and which number is smaller than the other one. Basically, we need to compare the two numbers, right, with the following symbols. Now, starting from part A, in part A, I have given two numbers, 16 and 60. Since both the numbers have no sign with them, it means both are positive numbers. So if both numbers are positive, then we need to see the magnitude or the number itself, 16 and 60. 16 will be smaller than 60. Why? Because 16, if I talk about the number line, so 16 comes before 60. So it means 16 is a smaller one. Why? Because in my number line, the numbers are arranged in ascending order. So the smaller numbers come first and the larger one comes next. So 60 is bigger than 16. So I can say that 16 is a less or a smaller number, less than 60. I will use less than symbol over here. Why? Because I know that 16 is less than 60. Now moving towards part B. In part B, I have two decimal numbers. Okay, the decimal point, the number that is after the decimal point is different, whereas the number that is before the decimal point is same. So what we will compare? We will compare the number that is after the decimal point. Since both the numbers are positive, so we are going to see the magnitude or the number itself. And since the number that is before the decimal point is same in both of these numbers, so we will consider the number that is after the decimal point. So 1 and 2, we know that 2 is greater than 1 and 1 is less than 2. So we will use what? That 3.1 is less than 3.2. Why? Because we are comparing the number that is after the decimal and we know that 1 is smaller than 2. So it means 3.1 will be smaller than 3.2. So we will use less than symbol over here. Moving towards part C, in part C, I have a negative number and I have a positive number. Just keep in mind that if a number has no sign with it, that is a positive number. So I have two numbers, negative and positive. This is very obvious that whenever you have two numbers, one is positive and the other is negative. So the greater one will be the positive one. Why? Because in my number line, you all know that the positive numbers come next to the negative ones, right? Here you have 0, 1, 2, 3. Here you have positive numbers. Whereas before 0, you have all the negative numbers. So it means negative number is always smaller than the positive one. So if you have minus 6 and plus 8, it means 8 is going to be greater one. So again, we are going to use less than symbol. Why? Because we know that minus 6 is less than plus 8. Now moving towards part B. Okay, in part D, I have 30 and minus 31. Now I have a positive number and I have a negative one. I have already said that a positive number is always bigger than the negative one. So here I'm going to use the greater than sign. Why? Because plus 30. 30 is greater than minus 31. Why? Because minus 31 is a negative number. And we have already seen that the negative numbers come before the positive ones in a number line. It means that negative numbers are always smaller than positive ones. So whenever you have two numbers, one is positive, other is negative. Just keep in mind that positive number is always bigger. So you will write plus 30 is greater than minus 31. You will write greater than symbol over here. Moving towards minus 2 and 0. If I talk about number line, then we know that all the negative numbers come before 0. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So it means that negative numbers are smaller than 0. Why? Because we know that in a number line, the numbers are arranged in ascending order. The greater number comes next. So 0 is written after the negative numbers. It means 0 is bigger than the negative numbers. So I will write over here minus 2 is less than. I will use the less than symbol over here. Minus 2 is less than 0, right? Moving towards the last part. 9.8 and minus 9.1. Do not confuse with the numbers. Just see that if it is a positive one and it is a negative one, you need to choose the positive one. Why? Because positive number is always bigger than negative one, right? So don't confuse with the numbers or with the digits like 9.8 and 9.1. No. In this case, you need to see the signs first. If the number is positive, one number is positive and other is negative. So you need to say that positive number is always greater, no matter what is its amount or what is the number itself. If it is a positive number, it is always greater than the negative one. So I'm going to use 9.8 is greater than minus 9.1. Okay. So in this way, you need to do these questions and you need to fill up each of these boxes. I hope this question is clear to all of you. Thank you so much for watching it. See you in the next video with another question. Take care.